Oh man, I can't believe D Thing back locked up again. Yeah, I ain't talking about Chicago D Thing. I'm talking about New York D Thing, man. Look at this.
Is it Mr. Collins?
Mr. Daniel Collins.
How you doing?
Good afternoon. Well, actually,
Yeah.
sir, you're charged with having committed the offense of possession of a firearm or weapon with ammunition by a convicted felon, which is a second-degree felony. I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you, and I'm going to be taking a look at the arrest affidavit to determine your bond status. How long you been in Dade County?
Since yesterday, like a day.
And so you're from New York?
Yeah.
Standard bond $7,500.
Judge, the state's requesting an increased bond in that the defendant has no local ties. According to the arrest affidavit, the defendant has a violent criminal past, including a felony conviction from New York City. I'm looking at his FCIC, NCICs. It looks like he was released from prison last year, and that crime also involves a firearm. State's request is $25,000.
What is his conviction in that he was just released last year for? Hold on.
It says criminal possession weapon -2, loaded firearm other than a person's home or business. It was a conviction. It says term 2 years, post-release supervision 2 years. And I see a release date in 24.
Released from prison in 24, but he has probation, is what you're saying?
Right, it says
He may
parole. He may be on parole because it says 1826. And then it says parole discharge 1825. So he may have gotten off of parole in January.
Man, it just keep getting worse for these New York rappers, bro. The only people that don't seem like it's gonna blow up and really make it out, well, already blew up and made it out, is A Boogie and them, like Till TJ and them. Like, ain't no new rappers coming up out of here besides 41 on Brother Grade, because y'all ass said he beefing with each other, doing all this crazy ass shit. 41 the only one that escaped the beef. D Thing in jail right now. K Flock in jail right now. All these other people really fell off, but they in jail doing stupid shit. Dougie B on perked out on drugs and shit. It's like, what I don't know, man. I ain't really liking that shit, but I'm gonna get into the story because that's what you're really here for. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also don't forget to follow me on Instagram, GuapBoyG, and Twitter, GuapBoyG. Let's get straight into it. On Photo Grave, and on Twitch too, and on TikTok. Follow me on everything, nigga. Right now, you already know what's going on. But let's get straight into the video though. So D Thing was just arrested in Miami on charges of possession of a gun by a convicted felon. And you know, Florida doesn't play, but as well as being charged with that, he was also on parole. But you don't know what he was on parole for, do you? Well, let's take it back a couple years to 2022. He got hit with a RICO conspiracy, all types of shit.
Dozens of suspected gang members are off the streets in the Bronx, arrested in connection to several shootings.
Yeah, many of the cases were caught on camera, and oftentimes the victims were innocent bystanders. Among them, a 73-year-old woman and a 15-year-old girl.
Investigators say they continuously put the lives of innocent people at risk, opening fire on busy streets and sending people nearby running for cover. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles.
They fired guns again and again, often in broad daylight on crowded streets.
These clips of shootings that have taken place in the Bronx is what investigators call a kill-on-sight atmosphere created by gang culture.
You see citizens of the Bronx running. Nobody should have to live like this.
Friday afternoon, the Bronx District Attorney and the NYPD announcing 2 large gang takedowns. 20 people arrested in one case, 15 people in the other. More than 260 indictments combined for charges that include conspiracy, attempted murder, robbery, and assault.
You see 15 guns in front of you. These are not guns that were purchased by undercover officer. These were guns that we have seized.
Those that woke up every single day with one mission, to gain clout for the gang and to ignite violence. How? To shoot ops for the gang.
In the Slattery case, investigators say the charges include a violent mugging spree in August 2022. Gang members attacking off-duty NYPD officer Muhammad Chowdhury while jogging in Castle Hill.
Who was left unconscious with a fractured skull and bleeding from his brain. He will never fully recover.
In the Muddy Waters case, this chart shows the link between one gun that was used by 9 different gang members in 5 separate shootings.
They used the Gun Hill houses as their home base to plan and meet prior to violent acts. Compounding the violence was the fact that this gang did not have a sole rival.
The Bronx DA's office and the NYPD say they hope these arrests are a deterrent to other teens and say there are more gang takedowns to come. In the Melrose section of the Bronx, Darla Miles, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Under his gang, which is RPT, River Park Towers, is a blood subset in New York, right? Because, you know, New York is basically set up as Bloods, Crips, and GDs. That's basically what I'm getting from it. Either you Blood, Crip, or GD, but everybody in the city is GDK but the GDs. Even though the Bloods and Crips don't like each other, they kind of unite to go against the GDs. I don't know what's going on, but it's a lot of little subsets, a lot of things going on. And River Park Towers is kind of like, I can't even really explain it. I just got to put a picture in here or a video to show you. So I'm going to do one of you, feel me?
They're saying, don't take a bath, don't take a shower. So what are we supposed to do? I'm scared to death in here.
Sheila Adams is one of the first residents in the nearly 50-year-old River Park Towers apartment complex. Many residents, old and new, are reacting strongly to what's happening here.
I got really, really sick. When I found out that there was something in the water, I thought maybe that's what it was.
They're responding to this notice posted by the New York City Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, confirming that residents in the building have gotten sick with Legionnaire's disease and confirming the presence of the bacteria that causes the disease, which in some cases can be fatal.
They don't care. They can complain all day. They don't do nothing, man.
Time and time again, residents blamed management of River Park Towers, the 1,600-unit complex, for conditions leading to the emergency. Because bacteria that cause Legionnaire's disease are in airborne droplets from water systems, the city warns against showering or using water in any way that can create a mist.
They said we can't wash with it, or we can't drink it, or we can't cook with it. So what are you supposed to do? You know, give us another way.
An attorney who's handled Legionnaire's disease cases says residents in any large building need to protect themselves.
Contacting the property manager, making sure that they have a water management plan in place and that they're following that water management plan.
And it's like, that shit look like hell. I don't know if you can see what I see, but that shit don't look right, bro. You telling me this is a big ass tower, it's gang infested, there's gangs in here, there's all types of slanging, all types of dealings. They done been raided the towers a couple times already. They raiding the towers, getting nigga in and out. But he was charged with RICO in 2022 with 33 other people on 65 counts of attempted murder and other charges, including conspiracy to murder, and many other things. Now, this was in 2022. He sat down for about 2 years, then he got out on parole a year or two later, and everybody was saying that he ratted, but I don't think that he ratted. It's just hard to make 33 people stick with one RICO unless you got extremely damning info on all these people. That's why even with YSL RICO it didn't stick, because yeah, you got like maybe 1 or 2 people, but you didn't really get the main fish. It's hard to get the main fish, so they want the main fish, but instead of getting the main fish, you got all the little fishies, and they still happy about the little fishies, but they want the main fish. So I understand where they're coming from, like being mad you didn't get the main guy, but you know, it's hard to get sometimes strapped in the law, especially when you got that lawyer money. So D-Thing beat that, he got out, and as soon as he got out, you know what he got greeted with? French Montana and $1 million.
You know what's going on.
Come home, my brother.
Saturday, you know what's going on. You know what's going on, like, real shit. Stop with shit.
Hold on, man. Gotta play that right now. Let me get you one. Welcome to the family, brother.
Big boy. Welcome to the what? I know that.
Coke Boys family.
I know that. Look at my
heart. Yeah. Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back.
So after he got the $1 million from French Montana, he went on an interview and basically said he's not signed to French Montana. And after that happened, I believe he got signed by Gumbo Records. I'm not sure if it's Gumbo Records or just Gumbo, but it's a man named Gumbo that's in New York signing niggas, giving them money, getting them all types of chains and shit. And I ain't never heard of Gumbo Records before, but he got some money on, so I need to go ahead and get this label shit started going.
That's a $500,000. Count it up.
Play with him.
No deal.
No deal.
No, he signed to Gumbo. That's who he signed to. Luca Brasi. That's who he signed to right there. All right? The biggest. We outside. Now we start recording. Now we Central C. Now we Fat Fox. Now we Davido. You know, now we go up. You want to go viral? Here you go. Hold on.
Yo, twin.
Finish that, twin.
Yo, twin. You ain't finished yet, twin.
You want to go viral? You want to go viral?
You ain't finished yet,
You want to go viral? I don't care. They call me Brazzy Blue Cheese, no Capatron.
Yeah, nigga, the fucking superstar,
You know?
nigga, superstar.
Listen,
Cheese, they know
this ain't, when the camera go off, I gotta give it back.
So, good luck in my heart.
Welcome back.
Good luck in my heart. Good luck in my heart. Shit.
You wanna go viral? You still wanna go viral? Academics? What's his name? Yes, come on. Kahu, come on. Yeah. You wanna go? Let's go. Richie, I love you. I appreciate you.
You know what's up, bro.
Gumbo is here. It's the D Thing takeover.
Let's go.
So after he signed the Gumbo, he got his money. He was still on the internet beefing, going crazy with everybody because, you know, he's still a street guy at the end of the day. He's got his beefs. He was beefing with K-Flock, but K-Flock went to jail. So now that K-Flock's in jail, it's kind of like, damn, why are we listening to him? He's not beefing with anybody. All these records not really pointed towards nobody. He ain't tripping. He's going on Instagram doing little antics and doing little things, but it was a lot of stories coming out of New York that was saying his mom's in a homeless shelter. He didn't buy his mom a house like he said he did. He's going broke and all this yippee yap. I don't know what's true and what's not. I just telling you what I heard and what I'm seeing. Now, he came down to Miami for whatever reason, and while he was down here, that's when he was charged with unlawful possession of a gun by a convicted felon, and he was on parole. Even though he had his bond hearing, and with 10% of his bond is going to be $1,500, he is still not out. But do you know why he's not out? Because he's on parole, and he's on parole in New York. So in New York heard about these charges, and they don't sleep. They instantly said, no, we're going to revoke that bond, give his ass to us, send him to New York, extradite him, and then we're going to handle it from there. That's what happened. Now he's on the way to New York. Now, on top of whatever New York does, he's probably going to be facing 3 to 15 years because in Florida, there's a mandatory minimum for unlawful possession of a gun by a felon for 3 years mandatory. So you have to do 3 years mandatory, and whatever they give you on top of that is just extra. So they can give you 5 more years on top of that, 7 more years on top of that. They can do whatever they want. Now, that's just crazy to me that you beat a Rico, got out of prison just to go back to prison. But it seems like these people just stay in this cycle. When I say these people, I don't mean black people. I mean like hood people in general, dumb people in general. They stay in a cycle of doing perpetual dumb stuff, perpetual stuff that'll get you sent to prison, and they seem not to care. Me, I care about shit like that. That's why I don't do these types of things. I feel like his career is over now because he was hot when he went in the first time. Went in, still was hot, wasn't even in for that long compared to other rappers. Got out, you was cool, you was good, you came back with a little buzz. Then you fucked it all up with the money. You wasn't really dropping no hot music. You wasn't really trying. You trying to diss niggas all day. And nobody trying to hear that shit. You got 41 over here dropping. You gonna let me fucking fun of you? Feel me? That's hard. That's hard music. You be making all that shit and people ain't really trying to hear it. Even Sosa, Durk and them making music people want to hear. They ain't just dissing all the time. So y'all gotta take notes. And you didn't take the notes. Now you kind of falling off. Then you just got locked up for this. And then let's say you do 3 years. Let's say you do 3 years. You're not coming back to the same career. You're probably going to be falling off and everybody forgot about you, dropped from your label. It's about a wrap for you, bro. And I hope that doesn't happen to you, but that's what it's looking like it's going to come to right now, brother. But at the end of the day, you let me know what you think in the comments, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let me know what y'all feel in them comments, man. I got a lot of opinions, but everybody got it.